This is the Paltalk News Network.
The views expressed are solely those of the speaker and not necessarily those of Paltalk.com, AVM Software, or its advertisers.
And News Talk is online. News Talk Online is a production of Paltalk.com, the largest multimedia interactive program on the Internet, with more than 4 million unique users, on demand on iTunes and on YouTube. And on Gary's blog, www.garybaumgarten.com, and on the Paltalk News Network website, paltalknewsnetwork.com, where you are invited to comment whether you agree with Gary or not. And thanks to our friends on CRN Digital Talk Radio, we're syndicated coast to coast across the United States to 12 million additional households. And a thanks to Digital Sounds Barnsley in the United Kingdom and ASI Radio and TV for carrying the show. My name is Boaz Frankel. I'm not sure at this point whether I'm your host or not, but it is very possible until Gary gets back, and here he is.
Hey, thanks for that, Boaz. Unbelievable. Just as you started playing the sounder introducing the show, poof, my Paltalk crashed on me, and that wasn't very nice at all. The Internet gods working against me. Welcome to the show. Yesterday, the President of the United States, Barack Obama, gave his State of the Union address. We'll have a guest in just a few minutes who will give us her take on it. I want to get yours as well, but before we get into that, today I had opportunity to meet with a gentleman who heads an organization called Shalom International. He drove here from Miami, Florida, where he is based, to hold a news conference in what was once the shadow of the World Trade Center, at the park where they now hold the September 11th ceremonies annually because of the construction that precludes them from holding those ceremonies down in the pit. He came here to raise two issues. One issue had to do with the decision still to hold the trial of the Gitmo 5, who are allegedly the ones who planned or helped plan the September 11th attack that brought down the World Trade Center, in the Federal District Courthouse in Lower Manhattan, and why he feels that ought not to be the case, and his followers as well. But he also brought to our attention something else. There is a globe, a mini globe of the world, that was being sold in a department store, Target, across the United States, and there are Targets throughout the country. And on the map, they identify the nation of Palestine, which doesn't yet exist. There are Palestinian territories, yes. There's no nation of Palestine. It identifies the nation of Palestine, conspicuously absent on that map, the state of Israel. Here's my interview with him.
Bob, what's wrong with this globe that they're selling at Target?
It says there's no Israel and only a Palestine.
Hello.
And if you go along with the people who say there is no Israel, that's the same group saying there's no Holocaust. It's the same group that says Israel shouldn't exist and let's boycott Israel. And by the way, Israel has no right to defend itself. So you take Obama that tells Israel, go and divide Jerusalem and give it to the very people dancing in the streets after 9/11. He goes to Israel and says, wait a minute, I won't allow you to attack Iran when Iran is building a nuke to finish what Hitler started by the cowards that say there was no Holocaust. And then we have the same Obama that says to Israel, don't have babies in your land for 5,000 years, which is an act of genocide. So we have had enough. This is not just a little token thing. This is a part of a bigger conspiracy that involves the UN, the European Union, the Obama administration, the Vatican, all these Nazis and left-wing crazies, not to mention the Islamic monsters out there. There's a whole big attack going on here. This is a symbol of what is going on. And when we said to Target, by the way, do you know you have this product? Do you know what an insult this is and how this is playing a role on a bigger scale in terms of misidentifying and misrepresenting Well, Target calls us on Tuesday after we made the complaint on Monday and says, yeah, we're taking them out. On the other hand, by Wednesday, we were still buying them in New York to Florida. They're all over the country. You could find it on their distribution seats exactly how many there exist per store and in the distribution centers. The point is, how many of these have been distributed? Are they in the millions? It's only $1. Is this what we're teaching the kids? And in how many languages? This is not just a propaganda outrage. Why in the world would Target sell it? Who is responsible? Where's the control factor in this? How many have they put out and in what states? And by the way, when you tell them that the problem exists and then they tell you, well, we're going to do something about it, and then turn around and slap us in the face the second time by not doing what they said they were going to do, what are we supposed to think? I can tell you, me personally, I will never shop in Target ever again. I do not like this type of corruption from the corporate heads that trivialize everything as long as they can make a buck. That's me personally. Everybody has to make a decision on their own with this.
So, Boris Frankel, let me start with you. You are both a U.S. and an Israeli citizen. Are you as outraged by this as was my interviewee?
Absolutely, Gary. You know, while this gentleman was speaking, the first thing that went through my mind was, where was this globe that is being sold for $1? Where is it being manufactured? What is the origin manufacturing of this globe? Now,
China.
Gary,
China.
Now, I'm not about to blame China, okay, for this, because just because it's manufactured there doesn't mean that it was ordered, that it was initiated by China. So the problem is that who ordered these globes? Now, all I can tell you is that if Target ordered the globes, then Target is responsible for them. Every single piece of merchandise that a corporation, retail place orders, they are responsible for that merchandise. They examine the merchandise. They're supposed to, at least, to examine the merchandise for its authenticity, its accuracy, or whatever that merchandise may be. It's just like buying, Gary, it's the same thing as buying, let's say, laundry soap. Target has the responsibility, even though they did not manufacture the laundry soap, but if that laundry soap is used by people and people come back and say, you know what, this laundry soap has caused my clothes to fall apart in the washing machine, they can sue Target for that, and Target is responsible for it because they sold it. Now, the point being, Gary, is that this globe, which excludes the state of Israel,